Okay, ready, guys? From now on, we're recording.
Previously on I Heart Vampires.
And this is Lucy.
So just as a side comment, that guy right there, Eric McIntyre on the right kissing, he's the one that does the VO intro to all of them.
Oh, right.
As a little side note. This is I Heart Vampires. If anyone, I didn't know if anyone even knew that.
And that intro
I
where...
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I forgot about Lucy's streak in her hair.
Oh, because you know when we cast Sherilyn and Aaron, everyone except for me was worried that they both had blonde hair and that was going to be like a big issue. And I was like, you guys are insane. They don't look, to me they didn't look anything alike. But
We had to dye your hair every
But
episode.
in Hollywood.
What was that like, getting your hair dyed every episode before we shot?
Well, it took an hour every day before to do it.
To make it blonde.
And it felt nasty, but it looked good.
Where we go?
Yeah, well,
On that cut, it looked good.
the problem was that it looked really good.
Yeah.
So...
The first time we see our vampire right there, peeking around the corner.
With
right?
a bowl cut.
yeah. Much improved hair award goes to Josh
Wow.
Nunzio.
My hair was an issue throughout the whole show.
You're right. It gets progressively
Yeah, it got bigger.
Pattinsoned.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is, just so we all
That's
remember...
real blood. I scratched Adam across her neck. That's
I
right.
did.
This
Right
is...
in my, just dug his nails right into my jugular.
I don't remember what moment it was. This is where it all
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Was that a real
Showstopper.
kiss?
I think it
That was
was.
a real
No, we
kiss.
shot you guys
Well,
separately
yeah.
on green screen, remember? We combined
I was really
them.
kissing Oren and they just kind of put her in.
Hey, it was in my contract.
I sent the chapters.
Mom?
That was a.
That is where you came through the door.
That's where I came to the door like 10 times.
Aaron and I were so serious.
Oh, I know.
We're so serious.
They're like, your
And he
hair.
walks through the door and like it opens at the door. We start cracking up because literally his hair is 2 feet tall.
I know. That day took forever to shoot because you guys kept laughing, right?
We could not be
Wait,
professional.
I don't know if we can recap the entire... If we just recap the season 1 wrap-up, then we don't need to even watch season 1.
That's
Yeah.
Did they shoot Saw at that place?
Yeah,
The
that's
place that we were
yeah.
filming?
You're
That's
right.
where we did the.
They shot the first Saw in that.
Wait,
place.
let's talk... We'll talk about that more, but let's talk
Okay.
about how the first season, you know, people really, really enjoyed it on YouTube.
Now this is what people were waiting for.
Right there.
Yeah.
Cash money.
Yep.
And this was basically like,
Yep.
everyone had to have a second season.
In your
And
pocket.
Yeah.
I was wrapped like 4 hours before that kiss and I stuck around for it.
Yep.
no,
Now, and this is where the whole season 2 revolves around
That
this
moment.
moment.
right.
These two guys.
So it was funny
The-
to
the-
do stuff with Josh like that because he's we don't hate each other. We always had to pretend like we hated each other.
And,
You guys hate
and
each
him
other.
and I had never been in the same frame together the
Ever.
whole first season.
That's true.
Oh,
This
wow.
is like down the street. This is like a block from
This
my
is
apartment.
in the valley.
In the valley. This is like a block from my apartment where they filmed this.
And-
So all you Adam Chambers fans, start
Yes.
Google mapping this right
Yes.
away.
And is
You
that...
are.
Oh, that's Josh. You are in the first episode.
Yeah.
I drive down this
yeah, I
alley.
forgot about this.
I drive down this alley every day.
And
And every time I
apparently-
see it,
Oh, so
I think of
intense.
handsome Josh.
So this is an awesome opening to the season because it's like now the vampire that doesn't kill
It's killing,
is
right.
killing.
Yeah,
We
it's
had a
an
hard
awesome.
time...
It's yeah.
He's a
figuring
different-
out what the
a
second
different
season.
vampire. We don't know.
It's no longer Edward Cullen.
Right.
The first season we had a really clear... We basically ripped it from the headlines, you know,
Yeah.
that the chapters were leaked. But the second season we had to figure out how everything was going to change.
They also filmed Brandy and Rage's reality show at this coffee shop, in case you guys wanted to know.
Cheryl and I had coffee at that coffee shop
Are you serious?
months ago.
Yeah, this coffee shop is also in the valley, right by
Where we all live.
where we all live.
Did you sit at that table?
I can't.
Yep.
because
Yeah, we
I-
did.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the other big
Did you
change
have
here
this
is
conversation?
Yeah. We replayed
Wait,
that.
let's talk about Corbin. for a
so we kind of touched on it a second ago, but all of a sudden Corbin now has blonde hair because we were dyeing her hair in the first season.
No,
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 you
she
stopped
changed
doing
her
that.
hair blonde halfway through the first season.
Remember
Oh, that's right. You're right. Right, because we got
Disguise
tired.
herself.
Because we got tired of spending an hour doing her
Yeah,
hair.
because of
It
the
was
hour
her-
and
it was
the
her
time
costume.
Yeah,
lost.
you're right. Right.
Wait, but one interesting thing when we came back to do the second season, which was a while after the first season, Sherilyn did have significantly different hair.
Yeah. It did. I had bangs and it was longer, which
This
was
is a
different. But it was a
stock
year
footage.
later, so
Oh, there I am, nerding it up.
it's okay.
Yeah.
We meet our new character.
Corbin's in college now.
Hey, I
No more Lucy.
got your mail. It's on your bed. Oh, thank you.
And there's Sam, really awkward.
So, tell me, what do you want to do tonight?
What's up, Corby?
Oh
my
and
God.
Oh, this
Cast
is
of
fun.
these guys?
Double YouTube stars.
Yeah.
This was fun.
That was the most ridiculous
That guy,
thing.
Niga Higa. I
Yeah.
think, am I allowed to say that?
If you
and-
say Niga, you can. As long as it's an N-E-E.
Oh, and Wyatt's in this episode too.
Right, and before we started the season, we started with Wyatt the Vampire Hunter episodes.
Right. We thought that between the first and second.
Yeah.
John Mayer dresses Indiana Jones.
Allie is in the demographic.
This
for
was
the-
super fun though, doing the Wyatt show, because we went out and we had like this it felt like we were doing like this big budget thing like under the bridge in Los Angeles, and we were filming everything like all hand camera style like that and killing vampires. And it was late at night and it was amazing.
It was intense. It was like in Skid Row.
It was like totally
Literally
we had like
Skid
they had the security all around the area
Yeah.
where we were at because it was so sketchy.
But they only hired like 80-year-old security guards.
Yeah. Well, luckily you
False.
had been a Crip and a Blood, so
Yes.
you had a lot of
Plus I had
connections
weapons.
with those guys.
So I think that was the end of the first episode. While you guys were having gang fights, Corbin was falling apart over here.
I
Getting
don't know who she
emotional.
is, but
Yeah.
she did a good job for vlogging.
She was actually an actor.
I know but she did a pretty good
Fake
job.
vlog.
So she auditioned and she
Yeah.
she's not a fan.
You know what? She auditioned for Sam's role.
Oh, you're right.
Ooh.
You're right. Whatever.
Where's
Snap.
Right, right.
Snap,
We-
throw it down.
She wasn't awkward
Now
enough.
she's a professional.
Well,
No,
that's
she
the
was
funny
great.
thing about Sam is whenever my friends watch the show, they're like, Allie, Sam is you. I'm like, there you go.
So guys, we'll just talk for a few minutes before we start the second episode, but maybe we can talk about the second season and kind of how it came. I guess Sean and I probably know a lot more about it, but we did the first season. We really loved it. It was like our favorite thing we ever did at Take 180, and everyone here was like super proud of it. And when we came to the second season, we were going to expand the cast, and Sherilyn was doing like a lot of other things. We weren't sure if we could get her for every episode, and so we thought we'd add
And I thought it was
Cast
too
member.
Well, and it was-
Thanks, Sherilyn.
Yeah, and as far as story structure goes, we needed that. We needed a character. The first season was all about two people that were being leapt into this world of vampires that was foreign to them, and as the audience, you kind of understood the idea of you related to them because you were following them, and now that they were experts on vampires and they'd been in this world, we needed a new character that the audience could relate to that was getting into this world for the first time too, and I think that's the function as far as story goes for
I
Sam.
think that was like the biggest thing for me coming into this, and then like watching the way the fans and everyone, the viewers reacted to my character was definitely relating. Like I would get messages and everything about how like I totally know how you feel, like nobody notices you, and you don't know anything, and I thought that was really a really cool experience for me, like to watch the viewers relate to Sam.
Right.
Yeah, and it was cool because you had really similar things to Lucy, but you also were an outsider to Corbin's world, and Corbin was kind of the superstar in the second season, and I thought it was cool that we had a relatable character like that.
Yeah, and it was a classic comedy or movies scenario where you have the straight man and kind of the one that fumbled around. You fumbled around, and Lucy, her arc became now she was a confident person who's a little kind of in Corbin's shadow in the first season. Lucy became kind of a badass, and she was
She took charge.
yeah, she took charge, which was great to see that character change.
The So What?